Dear brothers and sisters, Christ is risen. We will be celebrating Pascha resurrection of Christ for 40 days. And also yesterday we just celebrated the day of the victory over Hitler and this fascist Nazist Germany, which was on May 9th, 1945. This is a great date, and we are thankful to God for this victory. We are thankful to all those who died, who sacrificed their lives for us to have peace, to have life, because otherwise it would be either slavery or death in concentration camps, etc. However, we should not relax. It is important to draw the spiritual lessons from what happened. What were the reasons for this war? And why the Lord allowed these things, this suffering, all these deaths to happen? Most of us in modern times, we have not experienced war. And we think that we'll live in peaceful times. Well, this can end very quickly. And myself, I've been to some war zone, and I talked with many young people, young guys who were there. And just about 2-3 months after that, I received messages that all of them were gone already. They were killed. And now when we are looking at the pictures of that time, we see forest, nature, and corpses all over. Dead people, including children, okay, young people, so many. And we cannot, when we think about it, it's difficult to understand how God could allow this to happen. And this brings us to a question that maybe God, in our understanding, is not the God as He is. Our perception of Him is different. It's romantic, it's false, it's fake. It's some virtual reality that is created, and we live in this virtual reality. But we don't know the true God, how He is, how He operates, okay, what is His principles. And this has to bring us into very deep spiritual self-examination. We need to discover that we are far away from God, and that this can happen with us any day. And today I want to talk about the spiritual reasons for the war, and what does it teach us, okay, these days. Well, the war, well, first of all, why this is important? Because some people say, well, it's gone, it's past, it's already, we won, everything is fine, so don't worry about that. Fascism, Hitler is dead, and it's all over. There is no Nazism our days. It doesn't have any influence. Well, the whole phenomenon of Nazist Germany and all this fascism in Italy and Japan and many other places is that evil that is in this world, the sickness, the sin that is in this world, in societies. It got materialized and expressed in that way. And if we have some spiritual life, we know that after we conquer some sin, we repent some sin, we change, it's not gone completely. After some time it comes back, re-emerges. This old man inside us, this virus, is coming back and re-emerging, trying to pull us again into the wrong direction. In the same way, the viruses that are present in this world on the global scale, on the society scale, they don't go away completely, okay, and they re-emerge. And this is what we are forgetting. When we celebrate, yes, we won, everything is great, and now it's victory, we forget that it's coming back, okay? All these things, and much worse than it used to be at that time. Because at that time, also, all the people, Germany, Italy, they've all embraced this ideology. And those people were not like evil people who really wanted to murder so many millions of people. And they were not so stupid to just believe everything that they were told by Hitler or somebody else. Okay? However, they received this ideology, and they've supported, and they've carried out this task. They became this tool of the devil to bring so much suffering to the world, and to themselves, of course, also. So we are not immune to such brainwashing, and it is coming in a different shape. But these instruments of devil are still out there, and they just take different shapes and forms. Okay, what is fascism? What is fascism? Fascism is extreme right political ideology. Okay, that national interests are super important, and the government can use all means to exercise its power and its policy. There is no opposition. There can be no, or at least no real opposition. Okay, and the masses, the people, support the industry and support the government, and everybody is together to achieve the goals that there are. Okay. And basically, there is nothing so bad about this. If we think about it, it re-emerged many times in many societies, in many places. Okay, we had this in socialist countries, something similar. We have it now re-emerging. Okay, with all this great reset, and this socialist. Another thing, the left. Okay, the left. It used to be more like socialists, this Lenin, Bolsheviks. Now the left is more caring about those LGBT rights and all that stuff. Okay, but this left, it's not that right. Okay, is bad. It brings fascism. Left can bring also fascism and totalitarianism. Okay, when this left agenda becomes very without any compromise. Okay, it has to be like this because of human rights. You have to respect LGBT, and if you're not, okay, you're enemy of the state. You're enemy of society. Enemy of humanity. Okay, you're a virus. You need to be exterminated. Okay, so we can see that left can also bring us to those things and those ideas. And for devil, for antichrist, it's actually even more interesting to have people unite and become without any compromise, live without any compromise in sin, rather than unite for something good, as they well, maybe it's half good. Okay. But in Nazist Germany there were still some moral values. Okay, but what we can get in future is that there will be very different moral values, but people will still protect them with with force and power. And even the greater goal of the devil is to make all people willing to be like that, embracing that thing, so that there would be no need for opposition. There would be no need for concentration camps, because everybody will be dragged into there, okay? And just have that one totalitarian government and system and regime, which we call the kingdom of antichrist. Okay, so this eventually will happen at some point. We don't know when. Okay, but now we are going in that direction, and we can say that Hitlerism and this Nazism was just one of rehearsals for antichrist that is coming later. Okay, it was just one of the models. Okay, and there are different types of models that can be used. Okay, and that can be imposed upon us, and we will be thinking that yes, this is good for people. Okay, and we will be supporting this. Okay, all this is good for some. Okay, so we can be brainwashed, even much more than people in the Germany in those 30s and 40s. Okay, with the low level of education that we're getting, and also with all this brainwashing that is coming from the internet, that is making us addicted to those social networks, and that we are all time are there, and they are teaching, educating us some ideas, some views, and we think somebody else will think instead of us. Okay, we're losing, we're becoming masses. Okay, so all of this is not gone. It's not gone. There are two risks, two things that can happen, that will happen. Okay, one thing is people get brainwashed, and they are believing in something, in some ideals which are false. They are leftist or rightist or socialist or something else, and they are ready to die for that. Okay, and they will be used. Okay, in all that complicated game, they will be used somehow to reach the final goal. And another outcome that is coming is that people can be destroyed physically, like the people who died in World War II and in those concentration camps. Just tons of dead people. Okay, and we should not think that we are better than them. This will never happen to us. This will happen, even with some saints that can happen, and even more so if we don't establish this close link to true living God. This is the only solution from these two things that are inevitably coming. And for us to reach this goal, we need to put this main priority, that we are searching and craving for the Lord every day. We're exerting our all efforts in seeking His truth, in being pleasant to Him, our life being pleasant to Him, so that He cares. He cares about us. He knows that He can teach us something. We're not just stubborn going in our own direction. Okay, so this is the solution, and we need to understand that we will be sacrificed if we don't do this. We will be sacrificed to Mammon. We can see now how some people are dragged by Mammon, other people are dragged by some sins, other people are dragged by something else. Okay, so this is the Pharaoh that is trying to enslave us. This Pharaoh, and we need to be strong. And all this evil that is out there, it's not that scary. It's not that all-powerful, that it has all the power. Because some conspiracy people, they think that, oh, now it's everything is so dark, and all those people, they control everything and they can do anything. No, as long as we are with God, we are much stronger than they are. We can chase all of that away, destroy all of that, make this darkness disappear. But we need to be with God. This is the key to this solution. May the Lord give us His resurrection, power of His resurrection, His guidance, His wisdom, His strength, and help us overthrow all schemes, all plans, all deceptions of the evil that is out there. God bless, and Christ is risen. Amen.